Hi everybody, this is Mike Zieta. For 3 generations, my family's had the same love in the antique horse-drawn carriages and all the accessories. But before I start today, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody that's supported this YouTube channel. In 2 weeks, we had over 650 views, 111 subscribers, and I'm just simply overwhelmed. So I wanted to say thank you very much. I want to talk about something today that I find interesting, and that is a part of the harness that is called cockeyes. Now, all of them that I am going to show you today are historic. They are made of steel, and they were cleaned with a process called tumbling, where they're put in a small bowl and they're tumbled very much like kids tumble or polish rocks. And a variety of mediums are used when polishing steel, so that it gives it the same look that it had 100 years ago when they were originally made. So the first type of cockeye that I want to talk to everyone about, or I want to share, is what I'm going to call a fixed cockeye. And this was used when you were driving 4 horses to a coach or a brake. And I call them fixed because they don't open up, they are a fixed loop. These would mount on the end of the traces. The traces would come this way, trace would have a small loop on the end. And the bolt here, the head of the bolt always went to the top. It was pulled out, slipped onto the trace, and the bolt slipped back in. Whenever a cockeye was hooked to the traces, the bolt head always went up. If it went down and it came unthreaded here on the bottom, the cockeye would fall out and lead to problems for the driver and all the guests on the carriage. But as I was saying, these fixed cockeyes are only used when you're driving 4 horses, either to a coach or a brake, and they connected the traces of the lead or the front horses to the leader bars. So you can see a picture of them here, and this is a fixed cockeye. The second type of cockeye that I want to show everyone is used only when driving tandem, and this is called a snap cockeye. And it has a trigger on it that opens and closes. You can see how it opens and closes here. And this connected in the same way to the traces. The bolt would be removed, traces, and slide through the loop on the end of the traces. These snap cockeyes were only used when you were driving tandem. And they connected the lead or the front horse to the wheel horse. You can see that this snap cockeye, the spring is external and is exposed. I want to share with everyone a second type of snap cockeye that I have that's a little different. The snap is on the bottom and the spring is internal, or it's not exposed. So it is a smaller in size with an internal spring. It serves the exact same purpose, but just made a little differently. And finally, I want to share with everyone a third set of cockeyes. But before I do that, I just want to share a quick story. Back in the 1970s, Ambrose Clark had a collection of carriages that were liquidated. Ambrose had a farm in Cooperstown, New York, and this is the same Clark family that was instrumental in starting the Baseball Hall of Fame. During that liquidation sale, 3 sets of cockeyes were sold that were unusual in shape. The first set sold to the Rockefeller family and went for a lot of money. The second set sold to the Hewitt family, who was part of John Deere, and they also sold for a lot of money. Then the third set came up for sale, and a real good friend of mine by the name of Lee Sawyer was at the auction, and he was really excited about this third set of cockeyes because the first 2 had gone to great American families with great American history, so he decided to buy the third set. And I want to share with everyone exactly what they look like. And here is those cockeyes, and you can see the second loop on the bottom with this extra bar. Now, Lee bought these in the 1970s or mid-70s, and up until about 2015, he owned them and never knew exactly what they were for. Well, if any of you know Lee, Lee's just a great guy and a lot of fun to visit with, and he and I started talking, and he was telling me about these cockeyes. And I decided that in 40-some years, if he hadn't figured out exactly what they were for, I wanted to buy them from him. I think I wanted to buy them because I like Lee, and I also wanted to spend the next 40 years and see if I could figure out what they are for. So if anybody knows what this extra loop on the bottom is for, please include it in the comments because we'd absolutely love to learn. Now, before Lee did send these to me, he put them in a tumbler and cleaned them up. and I do have 4 that match, and I'm just very proud to own them, and they're just a really clean example. So finally, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching the videos. I hope you enjoy them. If there's anything that you'd like to see examples of or learn about, please send me an email, and I look forward to working with everyone.